good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to all the good people around the world. My name is Carlos. In South Africa, people use it as they just call me Carlos. You know, the whole accent thing, and you know how it goes. But anyway, be as it may be, I live in South Africa, lived in South Africa for many, many years, and this channel is called Building Inspiration. I think it's very cool. I think it's a very cool name, and it fits the purpose of this channel. And the purpose is very simple. What do you do when you have a very demanding job? When I say demanding, I'm talking about stressful, you're dealing with people, and I'm not talking about club. I'm talking about my actual job, what I do for a living, what I get paid to do. It's very community involved. You deal with a lot of people. You deal with a lot of problems. You've got the weight of everything on your shoulders, and indirectly it's a 24/7 job. It's a job that you cannot turn your back to, because all hell can break loose within seconds, within minutes, and you need to be there. Spend a lot of time online, a lot of time doing emails, reading messages, responding to messages, dealing with issues, responding to problems, fixing problems wherever you can, delegate, and do what you need to do to get through the day. But it does become very stressful. And you know what? How do you deal with stress? What's the best form of dealing with stress in your life? Is you find something that you enjoy doing to do. You get a hobbies. I mean, a lot of people do horse riding, some people go camping, some people go boating, some people go skiing. There's all these things that you can literally do and have fun to break away from your day-to-day issues and problems and, whatever. And I've got all these things. I can ride, I've got bikes, I've got other hobbies that I enjoy doing, and problem is it does take you away from where you need it the most, which is work. And like I said earlier, a demanding job that you have to be ready for any emergency 24/7. And I'm not talking about being a police officer or fireman, or I'm talking about worse than that. And so basically I had to get a hobby that it's easier to deal with than my outdoor hobbies. Something that I can sit on my desk, I'm going through my emails, and I've got a guitar next to me. And that's what I chose. I chose an instrument. My choice of instruments, quite obvious, a bass guitar. Obviously, if it was drums, they wouldn't have fitted in my office, so that wouldn't have really been practical. But I'm not saying that it's not what you can or you can't do. You can, it's your choice. My choice was bass guitar, because it's easier to learn how to play than the actual lead guitar or normal guitar. And with all fairness, it looks real cool. It really does, and I love it. The image thing, very, very, very cool, very sweet. So I choose the bass guitar. I bought a bass guitar in 2022 December, end of the year. So I've been messing around for about 1.5 years, not even. And obviously you're not the bassist, you never played the instrument before, and you gotta start somewhere. Now I really don't have the patience of going through the book. The right way to do it would be to go through the book, read the book, take lessons, but you know, you really don't have that thing. It's not exciting enough, so just buy the thing and just play it. So I take my favorite music of all times, especially from the 80s, because that's where I was a party animal, in the 80s. You know, where you go, you know, every generation you get different types of music, different vibes. I mean, if you look at the 60s and the pink Cadillacs and all those funny things and the roller skates and, you know, all those school uniforms and whatever, and then you look at the 80s, that was totally different. It was a breakaway from everything, getting into something else. You know, later on the punk scene came into place, and but I'm sure you guys understand. Anyway, my favorite music's from the 80s, and I pick up a song from the 80s, I play it, I listen to it, I learn the chords, and then I start playing. Obviously, I don't play the very fancy stuff and the slapping and the going on, because I don't know how to do it yet. But I do manage to find the easier keyboards, not the keyboard, the frets. And obviously, I've got very short fingers, as you can see. I see some basses, they got long fingers, they look like octopus. I mean, one finger is like right on top there, the pinky is like right in the bottom there. How do they do it? Don't ask me, because I try and I can't. I know that these two plucking fingers, very cool. I'm learning how to play it fast, I'm learning how to play it slow, and you know, it's exercising the fingers, and the more you exercise it, the better it is. These ones, yeah, picking a bit difficult, so I tend to slide a lot, but I get there. I reach the point that I need to reach. All I know is that in the end of the day, I can play a tune, no doubt. And the most satisfaction I got is when I first played my first tune. The very first song that I learned that I play was Stand By Me. There I actually move the fingers, but it's a slow song. It gives you time to correct your mistakes, etc., etc. And you know, I jive it, I move it, and I know how to do it nicely. I follow the original, and I play it based on the actual original. I don't want it to play it somebody else chopped 3 or 4 times. The rhythm is not right. It's either too fast, it's either too slow. So I prefer the original, because that's what appeals to me. The original song, untouched, is what I like. So I'm starting to learn. Then I created this channel. I'm launching it just now, and you know, I think it's on the 17th of May. Yeah, it is May. Hell, I'm losing it, guys. Yeah. On the 17th of May, I'm launching this channel. You know, but not just to launch the channel. It's important to me, because what I want to do is, I've got 2 reasons why I'm doing this. The first reason is I want to be able to learn a song, play it, and post it, even with the mistakes, because I'm not a professional bassist. I'm somebody that's learning while sitting in the office, taking a 5 or 10 minute break, you know, after a situation, and then putting the bass down and carry on with work, you know, a break in between. So I want to learn it, and I'm posting songs that I learned how to play, and at a later stage I can see my improvements, or where I make a mistake and where I can correct them. And this is what it is. It's not a musical channel. That's why it's called that's what it's called, Building Inspiration. It is a personal thing, and my message to myself is that I am getting better. I can learn anything I want. Now, my second message is not to me, it's to you out there. Youngsters, middle-aged, older guys like myself. You know, I'm not that young, trust me. But anyway, and the message is that, number one, it's a good way of distressing it's a good way for you to catch a break so that you don't lose it and go postal somewhere. You know, you need something to relieve your stress, and you lock yourself in your room and you do your thing. And while you're locked in the room, you're not harming anybody, you're not spending money out there, you're not, you know, giving your wife stress or your family. Or actually, I correct that one. I'm giving my wife lots of stress because you know what? When I buy something, I don't go small, I go big. And I believe in cranking the volume up. So obviously, the whole family's up in arms, blah blah blah. But hey, what can I say? It's just one of those things. So you're gonna pick up a bad reputation of the family because of the noise you're making. But seriously, if you wanna be a musician, you gotta be a bit of a rebel as well. You know what I mean? So be a rebel. But my message to you is that distress, find a hobby, play an instrument, or do something something that allows you to do it. Obviously, that sort of ties in with your work, and gives you the time. And the other thing is that you can learn something. And a lot of people are intimidated about getting into something that they don't understand anything about. But that's where you're wrong. Because take a page from my book. I'm not gonna play with U2 or with one of those famous bands, or with Kiss. And okay, I don't like Kiss so much, but anyway, the Kiss lovers are gonna hate this video because I say that. But it's not about you. It's what you like and what you don't like. But there is nothing out there that you cannot do. You, not me, because I can do. Wherever I set my mind to do it, I can do it. Some things I do them exceptionally well, and some things I do them well. Some things I do them but not that great. But the point is that I'm still doing it. 1.5 years later, I started off with a cheap guitar, then I started getting better. I started spending more money on more guitars because I'm picking up an interest and I'm loving it. So, motivation shouldn't be a problem. This is the kind of motivation you need. You can do it. Put your mind to it and do it. And if you don't succeed, try and try and try again until you do. Put yourself in your own world, block yourself from everybody, all the comments, all the commentators, no matter who they are. Everybody's always got an opinion. Everybody's always got negativity. You don't need negativity in your life. No matter how bad you play, you are doing it for yourself. You are taking the time to distress. You are taking the time to learn something that you didn't think you could do. And you are in your happy world. I see. I chose a hobby. I didn't give it up. I'm still doing it. I'm gonna carry on doing it. And I'm having fun while I'm doing it. So, go out there. Do your thing. You don't harm anyone. You in your own world. Doing your own thing. Enjoying yourself. And, if you're anything like me, hey, you will also be looking cool. Looking cool, very important. The chicks dig it, trust me. But anyway, do what you gotta do. And let's have fun. I'll be posting my videos of progress that I do, even with a mistake, so I don't want any negative comments. I don't need that. Remember, I'm not a professional. I'm learning by myself. I'm not going to classes. I don't have the time to go to classes. I'd love to go to get bass guitar classes, but that means you have to allocate time for something to do, and you don't have the time to allocate, you can't do it. So out there, everyone in the world, if I can do this thing, so can you. Go out there, do your thing, and succeed in everything you do, because it can be done. Never think you can't do. Everybody's got a brain, and you must just find a way of doing it, and you will succeed. You might not succeed for everybody's eyes, for everybody, but in your heart, for yourself, you are succeeding, because you're taking the courage to go out there, and you're taking the courage to do something for yourself, something that you always wanted to do, and you really never really knew how to go on about it. Simple. Just go and just do it. Now, everyone around the world, this is me, Carlos, or like they say in South Africa, Carlos, signing out from Building Inspiration channel. Thank you, and have yourselves a very, very good morning, afternoon, or evening.